Hey, it's Aiden. I'm a solo developer. I run my own studio called Cryptid, and I wanted to kind of show off and step through a project that I've been working on recently. I rebuilt a website for Big Day Bartending. They are a mobile bartending service that operates out of Denver, Colorado. The owners reached out to me. One of them I knew from college. They noticed that their website wasn't getting really much traffic and it wasn't showing up where they wanted it to on search engines. It was effectively buried. I tried finding them and was going through like 20 pages and still couldn't see them. So SEO optimization is definitely something that I can help out with. In investigating their website and kind of digging a little deeper into some of the issues they were facing, I found some other stuff that could use improvement, and what we wound up doing was just redesigning the entire website. So these folks were using a build your own website type of service. One of those drag and drop situations where you kind of just align stuff where you want it, and your site is up and running in a relatively short amount of time. I looked into the source code that they had and kind of dug through their website a little bit in doing research. What I'd like to do is kind of step through their old site with you, show you kind of some of the stuff I noticed that was going on, and then I want to show you the new site that we rebuilt together and kind of step through that and show you some of the improvements. So here's the old site. You can see that on the homepage we've got some cool images. These are stock images. We addressed that by swapping it out for original content. It's kind of got some cool transparency effects. They've got some testimonials here. You do have to kind of click through those in order to see them. It is not super mobile responsive. You can see when you open up uh, kind of a smaller viewport. You have to swipe side by side to see the whole page, and it doesn't really load super well. Their footer kind of gets cut off, and their content kind of requires that you scroll sideways. There's some weird transparency overlays with the header too on mobile, and you have to go all the way to the right to find their links. So that was one thing that jumped out at me looking at this. I also inspected the source code to kind of get a feel for what was going on with their search engine stuff. So search engines find you by this block right here, which is typically in the head of your HTML code. Theirs is kind of far down. It's about 100 lines before it even starts to pop up. And why that's important is when your website goes live, immediately bots start crawling all over it. And some of those bots are good bots, some of those bots are bad bots. The good bots are looking for this block right here. When it's buried, they can effectively lose interest and stop scrolling through your site. And that's kind of how you get buried on search engines. That's one of the reasons. Um, Something else that kind of stuck out at me, you can kind of see all of this here, is like a list of scripts and styles that don't necessarily need to be there. When you're using a builder site, it kind of caches all of the options available to you in your HTML so that you can just kind of switch it up as needed. Having these styles and scripts buried in here like this doesn't really help with your search engine optimization either. So that was some of the stuff that I noticed. Uh, we've taken a look at their homepage. I'd like to kind of step you through the redesign of their homepage now. So to show you how we rebuilt it, we kept a lot of the same design elements. We did revisit the palette. We adjusted the header a little bit. This is called their hero image. Instead of using stock images, we're now using original content that they provided to me. That's something that search engines really like as well. Um, the quotes kind of scroll through now, kind of more fluid experience. The user doesn't really have to do anything to see all the testimonials. Graphical assets I went ahead and recreated in Adobe Illustrator, changing them up a little bit. So that's the home page now. We can look at the mobile friendliness of it. You can see that once you switch to a smaller viewport, navigation collapses into a hamburger menu. And it's more of a column layout that's a lot more friendly for mobile devices. No side scrolling here. So that helps a lot. Let's go back to the old site. We're going to step through some of the other pages as well, just to show off kind of what we did here. So this is their old services page. Um, they've got everything that they offer kind of laid out here to you. It's a pretty straightforward layout. The way we changed it up on the new site, refined the palette a little bit, just kind of elevated the graphics. I did add this checkbox functionality, which I will talk about here in a second. But effectively, when you select these checkboxes, it auto-populates their contact form so that the user can just say, oh, long games look cool. And then when they're ready to reach out, it automatically shows up in the contact form. You can see that here. So here's the contact form. I will show you what their old one looks like. It's loading right now. So while that takes its time to load, I'm not going to show you a dead screen. I'll go ahead and step through how this works. It's pretty straightforward. They just enter their information. This is auto-populated from the services page. Be like, hey, I'm getting married again. I'm already married. And submit the form. You get some confirmation that the message was sent successfully. And then I'll switch over to my other monitor to show that the email comes through. So it's a little bit more streamlined on the contact form there. It finally loaded, so I'll go ahead and show you their old site. This is what the old contact form looked like. So it didn't have that sort of responsiveness where it auto-populates the content for you. And the layout on the new site is a little bit cleaner. Let's go ahead. I know I jumped around a little bit. We could talk about the About page. It's just some biographical info about the owners. Again, using stock photos, so we went ahead and elevated that a little bit to make it a little bit more personal on the new site. So here it is on the new site. We've got a TikTok video of a delicious drink being mixed. I think it's a Mrs. Temple, if I'm not mistaken. And we got the owners. There's Lindsay. There's Melanie. So just a little bit more personalized. They've also got a gallery on their old site. I'm gonna pull that up. I like the layout of this, kind of salon style. They've got like functionality. It kind of carries over. They've got some share functionality that works. And so we wanted to recreate that. Instead of using stock images, though, we wanted to start using their original content because the drinks they make are beautiful, and we wanted to show them off. So here is the new site with the new gallery. Salon style. A little bit of a different layout. We still have like functionality. This is cached over sessions. So what you're looking at right now is the demo version of the site. It is live and on the internet right now. And as folks are liking these images, these counts increment and it gets stored for them over time. So they can still share as well. It uses the native share functionality that's built into whatever browser you're using. So that all still works. And I just think it really elevates it using their original content versus the stock photos. So yeah, all of these pages are a lot more mobile friendly now. Their layout is a lot more responsive, and the source code is a lot more compact. And all of these things are what you want when you're trying to optimize your website for search engine visibility. I was super happy to put this together for them. We're going live on Friday. Fingers crossed everything goes well. If not, early next week. And yeah, if you're in the Denver area and you need a bartending service, these are your folks. I'm honored to have been able to rebuild their site for them. All right, thanks for checking it out. Have a good one.